It's Friday, September 17th, 2010, and last night, or around 5:30 in the afternoon, Thursday, September 16th, 2010, there appears to have been a tornado in New York City. Ben was at a doctor's appointment in downtown Flushing at Flushing Hospital with Dr. Roy Chowdhury. So we were not home. It took us 50 minutes to get home from one part of Flushing to another. It's usually about 10 minutes. Because every other street has down trees, down power lines. There were a couple of fires. And when we got home, we found we could not park in our driveway because there's a tree in it. This is the next door neighbor's tree. Used to be Ruth's, now it's Tasso and Anna's tree. Part of it is in half of their front yard. It's completely covering our driveway. And the rest of it is in half of our front yard. So when we look out the window, this is what we see. Very, very close. But that's not all. Here it is. Here's our yard. Luckily, we were not home or getting home when this hit, because then or at least the car, would have been in the driveway, and that would have been a lot more trouble. So this tree crashed onto a little young tree that we have in the front yard on the side of the house. That mostly cushioned it from being on our house more, but it is laying a little bit on the lower roof. But because our tree is a young tree, the top branches are very, very lightweight, so cross your fingers, there doesn't appear to be any damage. It's not touching the gutter, but it's a lot of tree. And that's not all. The old oak tree across the street in front of friend Angela's house, completely uprooted. We'll get there in a minute. And is laying across the street in front of our house. So our side of the street, 170th Street from 35th Avenue, is actually closed off with official yellow caution tape. No one can drive through. A tree is blocking the road. And a lot of cars are coming up 33rd Avenue thinking, oh, this seems clear, getting to our house, saying, uh-oh, and turning around in front of our house and going back to 33rd Avenue. That seems to be happening every few minutes. So there were 100-mile-per-hour winds. We were in the doctor's office during this, not outside. We were very lucky. This is in front of our house. Yes. Luckily not blocking our walkway, but definitely blocking the sidewalk, as you can see. And now comes the old oak tree. That's blocking the actual street. So we're talking about 3 different trees that fell. Although our personal tree didn't completely fall, just the upper branches did. That's what's laying on the lower roof, above part of the front room, and we can see that from the master bedroom window when we look out. This is the street. Still going on the street, crossing the street. Wait till you see how it has been uprooted. Luckily, it missed Angela's car completely, though not by that much. Also have to step over wires. Power lines came down. We still have power. There's some live wires right there. Look at that. Live wires. That's electricity right there. So Brian and Heidi across the street do not have power, because this is right in front of their house. We do not have cable TV, home phone, landline, or internet. But luckily we have our cell phones, so we are reachable by those. Here is Fred and Angela's tree. Uprooted completely. And that is what's laying across the street. That's the start of it. Look at that. Unbelievable. Laying across the street. Another tree down that way. Toward 33rd Avenue. And as we scan, there was actually another tree down close to the corner on 35th Avenue. This isn't even it. This is just a bonus. Looks like mostly leaves and a power line. There's the power line. That is a different power line. There are phone lines down too. On the other side, here's the tree on the corner. It's not blocking the whole road, but it's blocking enough. Ours is really the worst on the block. And there's the yellow caution tape that says do not enter. Do not enter 170th Street from 35th Avenue. We are closed. So this morning, we walked all the way up here, crossed the street, crossed back, stepped over the tree, and waited with Ben. There's another power line down on the ground for the school bus, because we said there's no way he can get anywhere near our house. It would have to be, we'd have to walk him to the corner, and I guess I'll have to call later to meet him on the corner again. It is like a war zone. And this all took place, they said, our neighbors say, in about 15 minutes. You can hear why it sounds like a war zone, because you hear a lot of emergency sirens going off in the neighborhood, where everything has to be surveyed to see what the damage is and to prioritize what gets fixed first. Because I don't know how long this is going to take. Here's a power line. Actually, it's Brian and Heidi's power line along the street with these branches. That appears to be a truck behind the tree, getting to the tree, possibly, and turning around, realizing it can't go any further.